Hello viewers, this is Say-La-Vee and welcome back to our Allthe-mob-ium Let's Play episode 6. Here we are again in the world. We are going to be doing some stuff today. Let's see what that is. If you haven't been noticing, in the past couple of episodes, I do believe, I have had some stuff up here in my bookmarks. I am ready to make a mob farm. There are some resources that I am craving that could come from a mob farm pretty easily. So let's go ahead and just bite the bullet and jump on in to mob grinding utils and see what we can't do. First, to start off, we are going to need buckets of experience to craft this GM chicken feed. The best way to gather buckets of experience this early in the game is an XP drain singularity tank. Now, in order to make one of these, you need 2 Eyes of Ender, a hopper, a singularity tank, and some iron bars. Singularity tank sounds intimidating, but it's just 4 iron and some glass, so let's go ahead and craft one of those. Now all we need is a hopper, so let's craft one of those. And now we need some Eyes of Ender, so let's go ahead and craft 2 of those. And that is the only Eyes of Ender that we actually have. So, conveniently, we can craft exactly 1 of these, and that is it. So let's go ahead and place it next to this tree and then stand on top of it. And what this is going to do is it's going to drain our levels and fill this up with buckets of liquid experience. Or fluid experience is what they call it in this mod. So now that there's 4 buckets in there, we can hop off of here. And now we can go over here and make ourselves some buckets. We've already got 4 in our inventory, so let's just do this. Makes a nice little sound every time you pick one of those up. And now we should be able to just craft the GM chicken feed. What the GM chicken feed is going to do is it's going to sacrifice a chicken and drop a dreadful egg. The dreadful egg is going to be very nice because that is how we are going to create the dreadful dirt that is going to combine or is going to spawn our mobs. So let's go ahead and see. I'm actually interested. Can we make 2 of these? 1, 2, 3, 4 buckets. Can we make a second one? We sure can. All right. So let's go ahead and sacrifice this other chicken over here, and then that way we'll have a 5x10 area. Come on. Goodbye, friend. All right. Now we are going to have a 5x10 area that we are going to be able to create dreadful dirt, and that is going to spawn mobs. Now, the way that I would like to push these mobs around are from dark utilities. I would like to use these vector plates. So that is any stone or any plate and sugar and slime. So we do have slime because I managed to find some slimes down in a cave. We can gather some of this, and now we just need to make sugar. So 1 stack. Let's make 32 for now. 1 stack of these should cover. We need 50 actually, because it's a 5x10 area. So we can go ahead and put our andesite away. Didn't actually use any of that. We can put our sugar away. And now that we have 50 vector plates, we are going to be able to push the mobs around. Next, we are going to need a way to kill the mobs. So that is where these iron spikes are going to come in, because they're going to craft us a mob masher. So let's go ahead and make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 iron swords. 8 of those. That's only... Where did the other sword go? Because that's only 5. That's only 7. Craft 1 more. Okay. Now we need 2 blocks of iron. Do we need any for this? Yes, we need a 3rd. So let's make 3 blocks of iron. Let's go ahead and make 2 of these. And now we can go ahead in our mob masher and craft 1 of those. This is going to require redstone to function, so let's grab a single stick and a single stone. We will make ourselves a lever. And now if we just place that next to it and turn that on, it is going to function just the way it's supposed to. So we've got 50 rotten dirt or dreadful dirt, 54 vector plates, a lever, and a mob masher. So next, what we need to do is we need to make a way to collect the drops. Now, unfortunately, I would be using these fast vector plates are going to be what we want to upgrade to. I don't think we have a lot of gold, but I don't think we need to do that necessarily right now. So let's not do that. We'll just stick with the vector plates that we have. So the next thing we need is a hopper. But we need an item hopper, an absorption hopper, which is going to take an Eye of Ender, which we don't have. I know we don't. Yes. So do we have... We have Ender Pearl fragments, but not enough to make a pearl. So I'm going to go to the Nether real quick, see if I can't find an Enderman. Actually, we have a pearl in here from a Crimson Enderman, and that does not work. Okay. Yep, so I'm going to go find myself an Enderman in the Nether, and I'll be right back. If you go ahead and find yourself a Withered Abyss, you will find Enderman like crazy. I think it spawns them almost as commonly as it does the end. And because we have this looting on our sword, as well as the reliquary dropping ability, you're going to be gathering quite a bit of stuff here. Go ahead and die, sir. We are low on health, I think. I can't tell. No, we still have quite a bit of hearts. Go ahead and take care of this guy. We do quite a lot of damage, so... Go ahead and collect all these drops, and I will see you back at the house. It is a good thing that we went and collected all those Ender Pearls, because we are actually going to need them to craft the Ender Inhibitor as well, which I forgot about. So let's make one of those. Let's go ahead and craft our Absorption Hopper, which we need a hopper for. Craft one of those, and now we need a Ender Inhibitor, which is this guy right here. So we need another Eye of Ender, a redstone, a glowstone, and a couple of iron. And now this is going to stop entities from teleporting within 8 blocks, which is very powerful. That's going to stop Enderman from leaving the farm. Next, we're going to need a tank of some sort. So tank. Let's go ahead and see if we can't craft another advanced tank. We can. Can we craft an elite tank? No, we don't have those resources. So we're going to be able to hold 64 buckets of liquid experience before... let's make a trash can too. And then this way we can store... No, we're not going to trash it. We're not going to trash it. We're going to just let it build up, I think. Next, we are going to need some blocks to build the spawner, or some blocks to build the farm with, or we can build it underground and dig out a hole. I'm not quite sure which I want to do. I kind of want to build it away from the base so we don't have to hear it. Maybe we build it over here somewhere. Maybe we dig into the side of this mountain. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to clear out this section of the mountain and then build it here. Okay, so welcome back to the game. I know it was only a couple of seconds, so it's not like you really went anywhere, unless you paused to go get a snack, but definitely take care of yourself. If you need a snack, go grab a snack. It's okay. I'll be right here when you get back. Okay, now that you've gone and gotten a snack, let's go take a peek at what I've done. So, over here, in this little section here, I dug out a hole, just used some andesite and some blackstone from the chipped mod to kind of make this look a little bit better. I definitely threw away the stuff that I needed to close this back up, so I'll grab that in just a second. But for now, we've got our mob masher spinning, ready to go. We've got a ender inhibitor all set and ready to stop things from teleporting. We've got this set up to output fluids to the top and items to the east, which is that direction. And now we just need to set up something that is going to be able to hold all of the items that we collect from here. And now my initial idea is that we get, let's go ahead and grab the 4 of those that we need. So my initial idea was to get something from sophisticated storage and make it large. Just make a really large chest. So the goal there is to make a barrel, I think, which we don't have any of. So we're going to craft a oak barrel, just like that. And now, in order to upgrade this to iron, I'm pretty sure you just wrap it in iron. So let's go ahead and do that. To bring it to gold, all you do is wrap it in gold and a couple of golden blocks, I think. So if we go to uses, we can dye it, of course, but you just wrap it in gold. And then uses, back here at the end, upgrade it to diamond. So that's going to use 8 of our diamonds, but look at the size of that storage. So in order to get that even better, we are going to put some stack upgrades in there. So let's go ahead and make ourselves a upgrade base. Now we're going to need some logs to make ourselves a stack upgrade 1. Stack upgrade 2 is going to cost 2 iron blocks. So let's go ahead and grab 2 iron blocks. Make one of those. And now we need 2 gold blocks to make the tier 3 version. So let's go ahead and do that. Uses on that. Go ahead and craft that. Now we don't have the diamonds to go to tier 4, but that means that every single spot in here is going to hold 8 stacks. So that's a lot of storage. Next, we are going to want, I think we have upgrade. We have some upgrade bases in here, and we have a void upgrade. So if we go in here and open up the void, we can void out 9 different items. Void any, void overflow, only works with upgrades automation, allow. So I think what we need to do is we need to upgrade this void upgrade. And now we should be able to ignore durability, ignore NBT, match item. Okay, perfect. So advanced void upgrade is what we needed. So we can go ahead and break that. I need to get us an axe, like an actual good axe. Because I'm tired of punching everything that's made of wood in my world. So let's go ahead and grab that. And then the last upgrade that I want to put on here is the... not pickup. Actually, what if we just make another one of these? I think we do that. Let's just make another one of these, because we've got the iron for it. How much iron do we have? 83? Ooh. Yeah, we're a little bit lower on iron than I thought we were. But, now if we place that down, and we place that down, and we place that down, multiplies the number of stacks. So if we collect a bunch of blackstone, can we 2048? So that's 32 stacks, right? It's basically holding a drawer in each spot. One, two, three, 4. So it is actually utilizing both upgrades. So that's good to know. So let's go ahead and put all that away. Get all this out. So we're going to hold 2048 in each slot, which I guess we didn't need to fill that up. We really only needed 1 stack because it will show us. And then we can void out the items that we don't want, like bows and stuff. So let's go ahead and bring this over to our little area. Let's make sure we've got our rotten eggs. We've got our andesite that we need to finish off that wall. So let's go ahead and set this up. So So our diamond barrel, stack upgrade, void upgrade. Grab our rotten eggs. Place that down and that down. Oh god. Okay. We did it. Now mobs are walking against it, which is kind of a problem. But I think over time they're just going to give up walking and they will die. So we can go ahead and look in here. Advanced, we want to void the tarnished crowns. It should be voiding it. Tarnished crown. Ignore durability, ignore MBT. Okay, I don't know why that's not working. Go ahead and put it in there. Okay, so it voids it when it enters the box. Can we void these scrolls, I wonder? No, there should be no scrolls in there, and there's not. Perfect, so we're doing good there. This is going to collect items for quite some time. I guess I'll leave it be for now, and we'll just come back and check it out later. But, long story short, we have ender pearls finally. So another thing that I want to talk about is the fact that between episodes I made some ore sight. So I made ourselves a mortar and pestle from the Potion Master mod. And then with that, you can crush down different resources and turn them into powders that you can brew into Oresight potions. So it's basically like an X-ray. And I made ourselves our first charm, which is 3 potions and 6 blaze powder, and I made netherite sight. So basically, while that's active, we have X-ray that will show us ancient debris in the world. So I went and did a bunch of mining and gathered us 77 netherite scrap, which is going to make us, I believe, 18. Yes, it's going to make us 18 netherite ingots. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do that. Balance the grid. Do that. Get. And that's a 16 is fine for now, actually, because we are very low on gold. Gonna have to go mining for some of that later on. But we have 16 netherite now. So netherite is going to be used for a whole bunch of endgame stuff. But right now we are going to use it to upgrade our tool. And then our tool will probably be finished for quite some time. So if we go to coding and make ourselves a coding template, and then make the coating with a netherite, we can put our pickaxe in here, and that is going to bring us from 13.7 to 15.26 harvest speed, harvest level of azure silver, and a durability of 804. So it's definitely going to upgrade our kit quite a bit here. And now that it is considered netherite, we can go ahead and collect Allthemodium. So, that being said, if we grab ourselves our nature compass, I already set it to the biome of the deep dark. We need to go 3,400 blocks that direction and then dig until we find the deep dark. So I think for the rest of this episode, we are going to do just that while we let our mob farm do some cooking. Go in here and take a peek. We want to drop the bows. I guess we'll leave the witch hats. That's going to hold 32 witch hats in one slot, which isn't terrible. Oh, 512. That's only going to hold 512. Oh, because they only stack to 16. That's right. All these are going to stack to 2048 except for the ender pearls and the witch hats. Let's just void the witch hats. Let's go ahead and put those away. Can't see us ever needing the witch hats, so let's void them. Alright, I'm going to go 3,000 blocks in this direction, and I'll bring you back when we get there. So we have found our deep dark biome. However, it does not appear that we were lucky enough to get some Allthemodium. So it looks like we're going to have to keep digging around and finding all these other deep dark regions and see if we can't find some Allthemodium. I've been flying around here for a little bit. I found a shrieker, unfortunately. So up over in that direction, there's a shrieker. So 1 activation so far. Hopefully we don't activate it again, because I believe it's 3 activations and the warden spawns, and we definitely have a good weapon, but I don't think our armor is good enough to fight the warden just yet. So I'm going to keep floating around here, see if I can't find another deep dark region, see if I can't find us a decent section of it that might have some Allthemodium. That's what we're really hoping for. But yeah, this is just your typical caving, running in circles and hoping for the best. Let's see if we can't kill this cave creeper. Look what we just found. This glowing. This is it. Some Allthemodium. We can't break it using our... Hey, get out of here. Would you guys quit ruining my fun? I finally found some Allthemodium after searching for like 30 minutes, and all you're going to do is try and kill me. I see how it is. Give me that Allthemodium. Use the right pickaxe. Let's see how many we pick up. We only got 2, but that's fine. We can ore double it. So let's go ahead and go back down this direction, because I placed down a waystone. Go this way. We're not looting these chests, because that's not what we're here for. Where is that? Down over here. I found a really, really good spawner. So I picked that up. Let's go home. Okay. So unfortunately that waystone's probably a dud now, because there's no way I'm going to be able to find my way home after I get out of that place. But we go in here, we grab our hammer, and we grab our Allthemodium. We can double that to 4. Sorry for the inventory flash. Double that to 4. Let's go ahead and place our battery in there, because our battery died. If you can't tell, if you look at our jetpack, we only have 17,000 FE left out of 250,000. So, yeah, we definitely used quite a bit of power trying to find that place by flying there and flying back and this, that, and the other thing. So we're going to wait for that to get to 250, then we'll put it in our inventory, charge it up. But now that we have Allthemodium ore and Allthemodium, we can finally go ahead and collect Allthemodium nuggets and get our way into the mining dimension. The mining dimension is a place where it's just a super flat world of the build height. It's super deep, and it's got a dirt layer, a stone layer, a deep slate layer, a netherite layer, and an edgestone layer, and you can just set up quarries and go to town collecting resources. So now that we have the Allthemodium, we are going to be able to, 1, build those quarries, and 2, get to that dimension. The deep slate layer actually spawns Allthemodium, so now we don't need to go back and forth to the deep dark to try and collect resources, or not resources, but we don't need to go there specifically to get Allthemodium. We can do it in the mining dimension. So let's go ahead and see about crafting up a teleportation pad. It's just an ender pearl and 4 nuggets. So let's go ahead and make 9 Allthemodium nuggets. Boom. We now have our teleportation pad. Let's go ahead and put that over here. Why not? Shift and right click with an empty hand. Let's go ahead and put our jetpack battery back in there. Let's check on our coal and see how that's doing. How many seeds do we have now? We've got 2, so we can double what we've got here. This is absolutely full of coal, so we definitely have power for a little bit. Let's go over to our mining dimension. Place down a telepad. And there we are. We are in the Allthemod's mining dimension. So yeah, it definitely doesn't look like a lot because it isn't. All right. And just like that, we are at the stone level. And then if we just continue to dig down, we'll find the deep slate level. Okay, so now I would like to look at making a quarry. So there's a couple of different kinds of quarries in this pack. One of them is the Quarry Plus, which takes the Workbench Plus to craft. So the Quarry Plus is going to use power to quarry out areas that we can define. And there's also the Builder, which is I think there's a couple more options, but there's also the Builder that is from RF Tools. So if we go ahead and look at the Builder is going to use quite a lot of power to dig out whatever we decide to make these shape cards. So the shape cards can actually they can replace the blocks that it mines with dirt. They can replace the blocks that it mines with air blocks. You can set it to do fortune, and you can also set it to do silk touch. So I think what we're actually going to do is we're going to do the Quarry Plus, because if we look at the Builder, this takes 4 Allthemodium nuggets to craft, but the Quarry Workbench Plus only takes 3 Allthemodium nuggets to craft. So while this does take a stack of iron, half a stack of gold, half a stack of diamonds, and everything, we can make this very, very efficient. And we can actually, if we go to the @quarry mod, there's an enchanting mover. And if we were to craft this, we would be able to put enchantments on our quarry. So we could put fortune and efficiency on our quarry and carry it around that way. Okay, so here we are. We are getting ready to craft our Quarry Plus. I went ahead and collected all of the quests and everything that we had access to. So we didn't actually create any flux dust, but we did get some from a quest. So we'll go ahead and put all that away. So let's take a look at what we need to make ourselves the Quarry Plus. So the Quarry Plus is a half a stack of diamonds, half a stack of gold. So let's go ahead and grab all of our diamonds, because I had to go get some more. Let's grab all of our gold, which we are cooking more. We need a stack of iron. We need 16 redstone and 4 ender pearls. So 16 redstone and 4 ender pearls. So let's go ahead and go over here, grab the gold and iron that we were crafting, and then way up here on top of this mountain, on top of a tree, I placed down our wind generators, if you didn't notice that they were gone, and the Quarry Plus workbench. So we are going to go ahead and do half a stack of diamonds, half a stack of gold, a stack of iron, 4 ender pearls, and 16 redstone. And now we can craft the Quarry Plus. This is going to take 320,000 FE, so we are going to sit here and wait for this to finish. It's draining the 80,000 out of each of these 6, so I think that we actually had 32 on backlog, yeah, because all these are empty now. So let's go ahead and pick up our Workbench Plus. Go ahead and grab our cables and our wind generators. Go back down here to our homestead. Oh, I don't know if you noticed, but I did build another platform. I'm not quite sure what we're going to put on that platform yet, but I did build it and put it there in case we need it soon. So let's go ahead and go here. Need an empty hand. And now let's just go ahead and go to the claimed chunks and claim these 9 chunks. Shift click to chunk load them. Place down our Quarry Plus. Area contains protected chunks. Quarry has stopped. Chunk manager. No, go to team settings. There should be block interact mode. Public, maybe? We also had to turn on fake players. Let's go ahead and try and place it down now. Quarry has stopped. So you can't quarry in a protected chunk? It's a little weird. Let me look at the configs for this mod and see if I can't change the configuration real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, so reading in the quarry-common config file in the mod folder, there is a setting that says allow quarries to work in claim chunks, FTB chunks, and that is set to false. If you just change that value to true and then save the file, it should work. So let's go ahead and go back and see if we can't. I understand why that's set that way, but I disagree with it, so I turned it off. Allows protected chunks. Okay, so let's go ahead and pick this up. I'm going to restart the game and I'll see if that works. I went ahead and reloaded the game, and now when you place down the quarry, it works. So let's go ahead and place down our energy cables. Place down our wind generators. And it should just automatically start working. And it's not going to be super fast. And we can put modules in here. I'm not sure what the modules are. If we go to @quarry, I'm assuming it's these modules here. Filler module, void module, faster work. We can't use that one. Quarry fuel module. Remove bedrock module. That's disabled. Quarry pump module. Looks like we need to make a pump plus. 512 glass, wow. Sorry if you heard that alarm. Alright, so this is doing its thing. It is slowly working. Collecting dirt. We need to get an inventory for it. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate the same situation that we have over here with this one. Only unfortunately we can't do diamonds because we don't have enough diamonds at the moment. But here is how this is going so far. So that's not looking too bad. But I'm going to make ourselves a golden barrel with a couple of golden upgrades. And I'll be right back. So while it may not have as many slots as the other box or barrel that we made, we have 2 stack upgrades in here, tier 3. So we can hold 4,096 items in each slot. So we're definitely not going to have to worry about emptying this thing out anytime soon. And it's actually working relatively quickly. So while it's not the quickest quarry, it is definitely quicker than it could be, considering what we're using for power here. So these wind generators, because they are at Y253, they are producing 70 FE per tick each. So 70 times 6 should be somewhere around 420 FE per tick, I believe. So we can definitely make this a lot better if we wanted to. I think I might go ahead and make an entire farm of these wind generators. Just get a bunch of resources, make 10 or 12 of them or something, and then just set them up into a cable here, and then we'll see if that works. But guys, I do think that that is going to be it for the episode. So if you liked the episode, go ahead and leave a like. If you disliked it, go ahead and leave a dislike. If there's anything that you'd like to say to me or the other people of YouTube, you can do that in the comment section down below. But for now, I would just like to wish you a good night or good morning or good evening or good afternoon or whatever it is for you. Just have a good day and be happy. This has been Say-La-Vee, and bye-bye.